this tutorial, we'll be looking on one more interesting topic, which is SSO. What SSO is? So SSO is single sign-on. So what exactly SSO is defined? So SSO allows organization to use several SSO identity providers, okay, to manage authentication as well as written local database authentication. So basically, for example, if you want to say, if you go to some platform, okay, for example, if I go to my Canva account, okay, and if I log out, okay, sign out this account, so you get this option, right? Login with Google, login with Facebook, Apple, okay. So this is called an SSO. So I don't have to create an account again and again on all the platform. It will be organized through, I have to register at one platform and it will be taken from that platform only as a basic authentication or whatever it's on. Okay, it's pretty amazing. So you must have seen in your organization that you are using Microsoft Teams, and with Microsoft Teams associated with ServiceNow also. So it uses Azure DB. So you don't have to log into Azure separately, Teams separately, then your Outlook separately, then ServiceNow separately. It's all of this is handled by SSO only. Okay, so you have to sign on. There would be only a single sign on, and based on that you will be authenticated to all the platforms. So we'll be looking into this, okay, how this works. So as we are going on a tutorial basis, right, so we don't have uh, an authenticated platform like Microsoft, or there is another platform called Sing, uh, single login, right? Okay, there are platform SSO provider like that. So we'll be looking at free um, single sign-on task provider. Okay, the setup process will be the same, and you can perform the similar steps in order to get the SSO configured at your instance, at your product, or you can say whatever you want to say. Okay, so first of all, what we will do, first of all, we have to go to the ServiceNow instance. So this is our ServiceNow instance, and we have to install one plugin out. Okay, so what we have to do, you have to go to plugins. Okay, we go to plugins, and in plugin you have to search. Basically we are working on SSO, right? So the plugin which we will be searching is SSO plugin, right? So plugin always takes some time, okay, but it showing transactional error. Let's see. Come on. Oh, it appeared and I clicked. So we'll be. I don't think it will take more than 10 minutes. People think that SSO is quite tough. But let's see. Mm-hmm. So it appeared. I will type SSO over here. Okay, and then you have to. Let's go through it. This is not SSO, SSO, SSO. Okay, SSO, 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 SSO. Mm. So you can see this integration, multiple provide a single sign-on enhance UI. Okay, so this is a plugin which you want to install. Okay, so we will install this plugin out. So we clicked on that. It's activate. Let's activate it out, and it will create a module. Okay, so after the module plugin has been activated, there will be a module called multi provider. So I think, yeah. So let it get installed. It's on 26%. 34. So till that time, if you are not following my channel out, okay, please follow it out so that you will be getting this kind of interesting videos in the future also. Okay, when um I'm not going in my tutorial, I'm trying not to go on a theoretical side of any of the topic. Okay, because theoretical concept, no one wants to know about what the theory means, right? Basically everyone wants practical knowledge, and if you learn practical, the theory is quite simple to answer, right? So that's the reason. Okay, and this is also coming from uh, comment section, where few of my subscribers ask that they want to see how the SSO is um, working. Okay, and lot of them have this kind of interview question. Okay, means have you set up SSO in your projects or not? Okay, and if so, that's the reason we are creating this tutorial. Okay, so it's on 99%. So okay, great. Okay, so it got success. Okay, close and reload form. Okay, we don't need that. So as soon as the plugin gets installed, right? So as I told, after the plugin has been activated, there will be a module called multi-provider SSO. So let's check for that. So not multi multi-provider SSO. So this is the module. Okay, there are this is the application. Sorry, not module. This is application. In application, there are multiple modules. Get started is like which gives you step-by-step instruction, which I'll be showing to you right now. Okay, so the second step is done. The third step is like key. We have to find some test SSO provider. Okay, which will be a free of cost and which we can use for testing purpose. Okay, so there is a, if you go to the Google, okay, and if you type SSO circle, okay, so here it comes. So SSO circle provides to a ready to use identity provider, okay, with several strong two-factor authentication method. Integrate your own service provider by just importing. Okay, perfect. This is what we want, right? So then we go to SSO circle and create a new account because we don't have any account over there. Okay, and I'm also using it for the first time. So I don't like that I do things twice, right? So I will click on new user. Okay, and it will ask, yeah, basically it's asking for some information. So I will give, what is username, demo SSO I will give. Okay, password, my favorite, PASSWO. I made a mistake. PASSWORD at the rate 123. Confirm the password, PASSWORD at the rate 123. Okay, so now first name I will give Ahmed. Last name I will give Gujarati. Full name, oh, it automatically appeared from first name and first. And email ID. So we have to give some authenticated email ID, I guess. So I will give my blog email ID. So it's motinalmonkblog at the gmail.com. Okay, don't spam this email ID, okay? Because after the last tutorial I use my email ID, people have spammed it like anything. So I will register. Okay. So what is showing? A user has already exists with the name. Okay, fine. So I will do GUJ Amit underscore Gujarati. Let's go with Amit underscore Gujarati. Keep it in mind, okay? Let me open the Notepad++. So my password is the 123. Okay, user equal to what exactly we are choosing? This one, right? So okay, let's choose this one and submit. Agree. Okay, you need to confirm registration in order to activate your account. Okay, so they must have, in your case, you, okay, let's check. Don't look into my mails. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ideally, it should come. So here we received an email, okay, from SSO Circle notification, and it states that dear Mixari, thank you for registering with SSO Circle. To complete your registration, please activate your identifier by this link. Okay, so I will click on this link. Your account has been activated. Thanks for using SSO Circle. So we'll go to the login page from here. Okay, and we will add the username and password which we have. So I will take the username first. I'll put the username, and then we'll go with the password. So let's go with the password now. Okay, and I will log in. So we are successfully logged into account, SSO account. Now we have to go to manage metadata. Okay, link on the left side. Okay, so I will click on this. Okay, so once we click on this, this is where all the metadata are stored, right? So we have to select SSO public IdP metadata, and then we have to, so we will SSO public IdP metadata. Okay, and then we have to copy this entire thing. Okay, this tags. Okay, so I will take from here, blah blah blah. So it's an XML which is required as a payload in order to initiate the request. Okay, so you can consider it as an XML payload. So we have copied it out. Now we have to go back to the ServiceNow instance. So we will go over here. I'll go back to the ServiceNow instance. Now we have to, in this multi-provider, so we have to click on the identity provider. Okay, so this particular module. So as soon as we click on this, okay, so there are two accounts already configured, but both are them are inactive. Okay, so we have to create a new account. So we will create a new one. They have given a dummy account so that we'll come to know how the record looks like, right? So we have to go for SAML. Okay, now we are inside this. Now it gives this pop-up. Okay, import identity provider metadata. That means it's asking us for this, the XML which we have copied from the SSO Circle. Okay, so what exactly it does? Identity provider metadata can be imported in the following ways: using a metadata descriptor URL, user metadata descriptor XML. Okay, so we have XML, don't have URL, right? So let's go with the XML. Let's paste this XML out, and what it does I will show you. Okay, if I click on import, so as soon as we save it out, several of the fields will be automatically filled out from the provided URL or XML content. Okay, so as you can see, all the information got filled out over here. Okay, perfect. This is what we wanted. Okay, there is one important thing. Okay, we have to keep it in mind. So I will save this out first of all. For so in advance, there will be user field called email. Okay, So whenever user tries to go with this, okay, so on user table there are thousands of fields, right? So there should be some connection, right, between the external entity and internal entity. So the connection factor here, we define the connection factor ki which particular field they should take as reference. So over here we will be taking user field, okay, user field email ID as a reference, okay. So it will check whenever the person log in over there, it will check the email ID on the SSO circle, and it will try to, while SSO getting performed, it will try to find the same email ID in the user table, and it will get logged in with that particular user. Perfect. Okay. Now click on the button labeled generate metadata. Okay. And in a new tab, it will create XML. Now, as it's like a bidirectional, right? You have given me the payload. That's what ServiceNow is telling key to a circle that okay, I have consumed your payload. Now you consume my payload. Okay, then that's when the bidirectional flow will get initiated, right? So what we have to do, we have to copy this content out. They should keep some copy button over here. Okay. Now we have copied this out. Now another step is like, now go to a circle, okay, a circle, and add a new service provider instance. Okay. Okay. So we'll go over here. I will go one step back. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to provide our instance details, right? Over now inside this. So what you can do, go to manage method, add a new service provider, because ServiceNow will be acting as a new service provider only, right? So the first thing it's asking for the domain. Okay, so what exactly we have to give over there in the entity descriptor? It's asking for some domain without HTTPS, right? We can see there's no HTTPS over here. So we have to go to the configuration only. So what exactly we want? We want only this part, telecom. Okay, don't believe on any documentation. Okay, just read always the helper text which is given on all the fields. Okay, in ServiceNow as well as on other platforms, that's what they are meant for, right? So we have pasted it out. Then I have to again copy this thing out. So we'll go here, and here it asks for attribute sent for assertion is email address. Okay, and here we have to give this data. Perfect. Now what we have to do, we have to submit, then click on the submit button. Now you will see that you have a new entry of service provider metadata. Okay, so if I I provided, right? What, you did not supply metadata information. This is strange. So I have added the information. Let's click submit from here. Let's see if it got added. So if I go here, oh, it got added. So we can see keep now a new service provider has been added over here. Okay, uh, that's where the step is done. Now we have to go back to the ServiceNow instance, to the identity provider, and we have to click on new ID. No, so we have done that. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to go back to the ServiceNow instance. So we are on the ServiceNow instance, and the identity provider, we have to click on the test connection. Okay, let's see, because we have added the maximum, I don't think we have left anything with anything. So I clicked on test connection. It will open up a new page. And we have to wait for some time. So here it's asking for username and password. Okay, so we will provide the username and password. So username is this. Pretty straightforward. I don't think that it's layman steps which everyone wants to perform. No, the similar step will be there. If only the interface will change, nothing apart from it. So it will ask, I am not a robot. So every time I have to prove that I am not a robot. So I've clicked on it, and you have to click on continue SAML single sign-on. Okay. So it went through a iteration of steps. Okay, and it has checked it out. So SAML login response is received, great. SAML assertion retrieve, perfect. Signature validated, certificate validated, audience retention, certificate user, but there is an error. Okay, so what exactly the error is? Motivational monk blog with the HTML could not found. Okay, so as it mentioned here, right, key, we have given the entity. If I go over here, we have entity as email, and to bind the connection, it will search for user table, and it will check whether this particular the motivational monk blog, that email ID which are given in this, so is matching to any of the email ID in the for any user in the system. If yes, then only it will allow the sign in. So we have not configured anything like that, right? So I will go to sys underscore user dot list. Let's give one user that email ID. So when we consider one user, always being an admin, I will give the preference to admin, right? So let's change this out. We don't want this. Okay, so I will give more null monk log @gmail.com. So people who are not aware, I was a motivational blogger also. I was running one blog, but right now I'm focusing more on YouTube. So everything seems to be fine. We'll again come back to the identity provider, and we'll do the test connection now, and hope everything will work fine now. So again it asks for username and password. Let's give it. First of all, we will get a username, then we will give a password, and this time it should work. It should validate. Okay, because we have given an email ID. I will check I am not a robot. Continue to SAML. Now as you can see, all steps are successful. Okay, test connection is successful, and now you can simply activate it out. Okay, so this part is done. Now as soon as this part is done, right, if you go again to the identity provider, so we will go SSO and identity provider, and we will open our identity. Now it got set to an active. Okay, after the successful test connection. Okay, you can deactivate it from here. Okay, so this is done. We have activated it out. Then we have to set as auto redirect IDP. So what auto redirect IDP is like? Whenever you try to log into an instance, it will not ask for the login username and password on this instance. It will redirect you to a circle. You will log into as a circle, and that information will be used to log into the ServiceNow page. So we have to set auto redirect IDP. Okay. So we will click on set auto redirect IDP. So we have set auto redirect activity, and you can unset also. Okay. Now the last step is remaining. Okay. You also need to go to multi-provider as to administrator. There is a section called property, right? So you have to select on that property. Okay. And you have to enable multi-provider as well. So that's where this is a property, system property, which is required in order to make this entire happen to work end to end. Okay. If you don't, then when you log out of Snow, you will be redirected to Snow login page instead of SSO Circle login page. Okay. That means SSO will not work as expected. Okay. So you have to save. Okay. I'm just saving it out. So everything is done in terms of SSO. We have completed the entire setup. Now it's time to test it out. Okay. So what we'll do, we will log out from here. I will just copy this URL. Okay. Okay. What we'll do, we'll log out from this account now. Okay. And now if, okay, I have successfully logged out from this account. Now if I try to log in to this, okay, so you know how to do base URL and login dot to. So it should, ideally it should route me to the ServiceNow login page, right? Let's see what happens now. See if I log in, so it's routing me to there only. Sorry. Uh, you don't have to give this login.to because it will route us to the ServiceNow login page. Okay, we have to simply click on the base URL. Okay, and as you can see, now it didn't route me to the login page. Okay, it route me to the login page of SS Circle. Now I've already I'm already logged into this account the way you are logged into Gmail, and through that Gmail you can log into any platform, right? The similar way this SSO Circle is acting right now. So if I'm just clicking on I'm not robot, okay, so it's verified me out. Now I'm not providing any username and password, right? I will simply click on continue as SAML sign in, single sign on. As soon as I click on SAML sign on, okay, it will route me to ServiceNow instance and it will auto login. Okay, that's how it should work ideally. So we can see it's getting routed to ServiceNow, and we are logging. So if you want to give a summary, so how the SSO works. So SSO is like a single reference registration entity where user register and the same credentials are used on multiple platforms to make it authenticated to login. Okay. So basically what we have done, we have created an account as SSO Circle for my user ID. Then we have linked it with the ServiceNow via metadata, transfer of metadata. Then what we are doing, we are setting the property which will say to ServiceNow instance keys. Whenever a person tries to log in through an URL, okay, my URL, you have to don't ask user for username and password. Just route him to the SSO Circle and he will get authenticated from there. So the same thing happened as soon as we add the URL. So it will move to the SSO Circle, and we have login from there. Okay, so this is all for today's tutorial. Okay, hope you like it out. Please like, follow, subscribe, and stay connected. Okay, and please press the bell icon. Okay, so you will get all the latest updates on my notification on the videos which I will be posting. Okay, stay there in this journey of ServiceNow learning. We will learn together. And please drop your comments on the points on which you want to see the future tutorials, so I'll be creating on the same. Okay, till then, stay happy, stay safe, and have a nice day. Thank you.